For the sake of you, I'm going to talk to this guy. Otherwise, I don't really need to talk to this guy. Hello. Oh, it's the Book of Medora.
The Book of Murderer.
Oh, yeah. So if you talk to him before you got the book, which is what I just got, he basically tells you, he's like, oh, it's an ancient language that nobody knows, that nobody can read, and I can't help you, but you get this book. It's in the library in the town. Like, that's convenient that you know its location, but yet you know nothing else.
Wait, what? So he just had you steal something for him?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Make your wish and it'll be granted. There's so much.
I wish for a fish sandwich.
There's a lot of people that speculate what Link's wish is here. Some people speculated that his wish is for the doors to be open, which is probably the most obvious. Some people are saying that they wish that his uncle came back to life, which is why he's at like the end roll credits. He's hanging out there. Sorry, spoilers. Anybody hasn't played this game, but yeah, there's a lot of people who have speculated like what his actual wish was and stuff. I think the most notable one is his uncle.
I knowing what you said, that seems logical.
Yeah, because it says your wish will come true. It never said you had to make a wish to open the stupid door.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely don't need the Book of Medora out. Stupid boomerangs.
Let's build a whole temple and just have the floors be sand. That way, nobody could track sand in. I mean, they can, but you wouldn't know it. Sand from the outside, sand from the inside. Ah, I remember those.
Run, thank you. My dude, it is I. Something I've never been able to pronounce. What did he say? You must never fail to find all the treasures in the dungeons. Bitch, I skip shit a lot.
Oh. Well, he said that's a failure.
Fail this dick.
Can you kill those things?
You cannot.
Oh.
Not in this game.
I thought pottery killed everything.
Oh god, I'm here way too soon.
No, you're saying that you like the new Zeldas. Does that mean you like them better than the old style ones?
Yes and no. I am very unpopular in this opinion. I am not a big fan of the Wind Waker series. I feel they took a way too cartoony approach to like the Zelda franchise.
Get out of my house.
I'm assuming you love it.
I do. I really love the Wind Waker game.
In terms of like its content and story, it's huge, and I love the story that's behind it. But I had a really hard time really kind of getting behind the game. Now, I'm also the type that liked Twilight Princess more because of how dark that game actually got.
Oh, I'm actually watching somebody's Let's Play on that. I have it, bought it for the Wii. I think I played it for 2 hours.
Okay.
And meant to come back to it and just never did. It didn't. It really didn't grab me.
I've been spending a lot of time watching a YouTuber called Zeltic, and he reviews everything, as I'm sure the name implies, everything Zelda related. So he goes over like timelines and continuity and what he'd like to see in upcoming Zelda games and blah 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 blah.
Okay.
So a lot of the timeline stuff I've been watching, and there's a lot of the games have some of the games have very pivotal moments in terms of what timeline that they're a part of. Like, the easiest example is, I just went in here, I don't know what the fuck I'm Ocarina of Time. So that's like a really, really big pivotal game because it separates the timelines into 3 splits. It makes way for, the like right now we're playing on the downfall timeline where the hero actually lost in Ocarina of Time. Leave me the hell out of your bullshit. While I think Majora's Mask is when he goes back in time and becomes a kid again, essentially. That was a waste of time. So I think there's a lot of games in the series that are very pivotal in terms of what it is that they're supposed to do, and Twilight Princess being one of them. It was supposed to be a very gritty way that you see like Ganondorf throughout the series and how maniacal he is and everything else that you can imagine, while you get something like Link's Awakening. It's a very good game, but it's not pivotal to the story. It doesn't expand on anything else outside of the fact that he's sleeping and in a dream. Or like Oracle of Seasons and Ages. That was another example where it's not super pivotal, but you have Skyward Sword, which was the start of the timeline. You have Breath of the Wild, which is speculated to be the reconnection of all 3 timelines again. And then you have Ocarina of Time is when it was split. Twilight Princess was just more of an expansive story on what Ganondorf actually is. Then you have this is the explanation of like Ganondorf Ganon succeeding and like plunging the universe into total like damnation and death basically, because the beginning of the story is he basically when the hero lost, they panicked. I really don't remember where I'm supposed to go right now. I hate this dungeon so much. Basically, everybody panicked. Like, all the Hylians panicked because the hero wasn't supposed to lose, and he did,
Yeah.
Therefore, they just sent him to the Sacred Realm where the fucking Triforce was and locked him in there, which is what they're explaining in this game, and which is eventually where we're going to end up. And then with that being said, it went into total fucking darkness, and he destroyed it because the Sacred Realm is supposed to mirror the world in which, Hyrule is. And that's my tangent on A Link to the Past.
I followed some of that.
Yeah. Anyway, I spend too much time watching that. Although I did watch because this is where the thing is. Shoot someone else.
Yep.
I mean, I'll try lighting the candles.
I was going to say, are those supposed to be lit?
Maybe I just open? No, you need a big key? You have to just stab my broke-ass sword in it and break the fucking lock?
I mean, it's not even the good sword. I'm the hero. I get a good sword later.
I'm an idiot. Damn it. That's why I was wandering around, is because there's a locked door in here that I've passed by 4 times. And I completely forgotten that I had the key. So this is what happens when I get on tangents. I don't focus on what I'm doing.
You're the one with the controller. You have to focus. Kind of.
Asking me all kinds of serious questions about my fucking life and shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Serious questions.
Serious.
Sorry. I had to laugh.
Look, gaming questions are serious questions.
Yeah.
Although probably one of my absolute favorite bosses in terms of like games and stuff, if we're only discussing Zelda and Metroid, definitely gonna be Ridley from Metroid series. The angry dragon fucking thing. Yeah.
Yep. Freaking like Mercury Dragon or whatever.
Yeah. That dude won't die.
No.
Like, you think Ganondorf is bad? He has no reason to keep living, and he is.
Like Ganon just keeps getting reincarnated.
Yeah,
Like
he
it's
keeps.
this endless cycle of 3 people like living the same life over and over again, which sounds terrible, by the way.
Yeah. I actually watched an explanation as to why that is, and it's a very small, minute reason why I kind of want to play Skyward Sword, even though I don't like it at all.
I would probably play Skyward Sword if somebody like handed me a saved game that was like
Almost done.
5 or 6 hours in. It's just like, okay, you're fully equipped, you have your skills. You don't have to fetch cats anymore.
Yeah, because isn't the first like 5 hours of that game just nonsense?
Oh yeah, it's like flying,
Bomb
and
bowling.
fetch quests, and bomb bowling. Fuck you, Skyward Sword. Nobody likes you.
Fuck you. Shout out to Ego Raptor.
Yeah, love that. Love that video.
I'm gonna die.
And the animation that he did for it too. It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
The poor little Skyward Sword's like,
I just want to be a part of it. Fuck you, Skyward Sword.
I wanna be your friend. I consider that like one of the treasures of the internet.
Oh yeah.
Like, so if there's someday is a museum of the internet, that will be in there.
Oh yeah. That was talking about pivotal moments.
Like this is what we did with our tool of infinite knowledge.
Yeah. We made a tangent about how Skyward Sword fucking sucks.
And
Oh,
why? Because it
sniper from
needed
the-
to fucking happen.
Sniper from the corner.
But you all over your back.
That thing was like targeting my face too. No, ow,
Oh,
dude.
Wait, did you start with full health?
No,
Oh, okay.
you only start with like 70% or something like that.
Oh, okay. That was because I was like, damn, that is a 2-heart laser shot? That's brutal.
I mean, maybe I don't really pay attention to my health. I'm not used to getting hit this much.
Well, pay attention the next time you get hit. It's
Ow.
eventuality.
Ow.
That's
No,
a
it-
full heart. It's a full heart.
You get a, much like in other games, you get a mirror shield in this eventually. And then they sing a different tune.
Yeah.
You don't
freaking love the mirror shield and ocarina.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite items. If for nothing else, because it looked super pretty.
Oh, yeah. I've always wanted to make like a replica of the mirror shield.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I'm fucking gone, nerd.
If anybody will let me commission that, just
Hey.
here is a blank check with my name on it. Shut up and take my money.
Like the easiest part would be like the mirror portion of it. It's everything else that. Oops.
So the shield portion would be the hard part.
No, well, you remember how it looked, right, with the big ass frame and stuff.
Yeah, the big frame.
That's going to be, to me, that's going to be the hardest part because the mirror itself is you just cut it. Yeah, you just cut it. It's fine.
Are you just putting like? Are you just sticking a mirror in a frame? Is that?
I essentially from like the image I have in my head of what it used to look like. Yeah, that's all it really is. It's just a mirror that's kind of set down in a frame.
Because I wouldn't use like an actual mirror. I would get something that's mirror-like, like you know how certain sunglasses like reflect back at you.
Oh yeah,
I'd do something like that.
but I'm saying regardless of what it is, you're gonna have to cut it to size too. You know.
I'd say probably the hardest part would get it to be whatever material you use to be rounded.
Yeah,
like
because
a shield would be.
well, the good part is that shield is mostly. God damn it!
You were just getting wrecked.
Yeah. I told you I hate these guys.
I know. That doesn't mean you can just be sucky at them.
Shut up.
Not open. If you thought I was here as to be a support for Tim, you were wrong.
Yeah.
I'm here to be overly critical
Overly critical about a game I've never played.
about a game I've never played for any extent of time. No. Oh man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say last tip, but I couldn't even get it out.
Problem is, I'm still having issues adjusting to the
Switch controller.
Not only the Switch controller, because on the Switch the buttons are rearranged from what I'm used to from like the original Super Nintendo.
Like literally, my only criticism of the Switch, it's just like,
Why would they flop the two buttons?
what? Yeah, the two sets of buttons, because X and Y are switched too.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, you trained us on the Super NES for years.
And the
Xbox like copied your XYAB configuration, and then you just went and switched it for what? To be different?
yeah. So
To be unique? Oh God!
I'm having issues adapting to it, and for some reason the D-pad even on yours is responsive differently too, which is really, really weird. So like I have to like. So with the Super Nintendo, you could just roll your hand wherever it is that you want to go. If you want to change direction, you just roll. This one, I almost have to like physically pick my finger up
Yeah, you
and
have
do
to pick
that.
your thumb up.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God. But then I had the same issue with the Super Nintendo controller that I've got where, yeah, I can just roll my finger, but it didn't mean I changed direction because I have a cheap controller.
Yeah.
So it's like the buttons are in the right place and I could do that, but I can't move very well.
Right.
Now the buttons are backwards and I can move fine, and now I'm pressing the fucking map button when I'm trying to attack somebody.
Can't you boomerang these guys?
No.
Really?
Yeah, these are... You're thinking of a boss way later.
That's kind of irritating.
I tried.
And that's like indicative of like the Legend of Zelda games. Oh, you can hit them, but it doesn't hurt them.
Yeah.
Like the boomerang is one of my favorite weapons,
Oh yeah, because
favorite tools in the game, but it hurts nothing. Like it'll hurt like spiders, and that's it.
Yeah, in this one they actually made it so it froze people.
Yeah, that's just like Ocarina. Like you could hit
God.
the giant lizards with them, and then they freeze, or hit the skeletons with them, and they freeze.
Motherfucker.
Are
Terrible.
you got anused.